these things. We have not done right. And guess what? It's still a fight every day to do the right thing for many, and even ourselves. But guess what? The Father has told us, in order for us to fix ourselves, read verse 47.
Yet, if they shall bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried captives, and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely. We have committed wickedness.
We have committed wickedness. What is that? Men want to be women. Women want to be men. Women still wear pants. Men want to wear dresses. Little boys want to be women. Women want to be men. That's another thing. Why would a woman want to dress like the very thing that we don't even look like? You dress up like this old thug image, this, that, the third, but you saying, this is what a real man is presented to be. That is the image America has pushed on us as a nation. Give me verse 48.
And so, return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul, in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and fall unto thee toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which thou hast built for thy name.
So if we would turn back to him, he is going to work with us. Let's read this.
Judges chapter 2 verse 20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice.
We have transgressed our fathers and have not listened unto his voice. Give me Deuteronomy 29:29. We have not listened to his voice. You give me Deuteronomy 29:29. We have not listened to his voice. Why have we not listened to his voice? Because we have been disobedient. Give me Job 15:8. We have been disobedient. Let's read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord, our God. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
Which is the Israelites. So he revealing all these things to us to what? Bring it out now today. Give me that. You got something to do these things today. So watch this. Let's read this.
The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 8. Hast thou heard the secret of your heart, and dost thou restrain wisdom to thyself? Why goest thou, and we know not? What understandest thou, which is not in us? With us, both are gray-haired and very aged men, much older than thy father. Why did thy heart carry thee away? And what do thy eyes wink at? That thou turnest thy spirit against Jehovah, and let such words go out of thy mouth.
So why do we do that? Why do we transgress against the Most High and let such things come out of our mouth? Let's read this.
Colossians chapter 1 verse 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints.
To his saints. Give me that Psalms, what is it? Psalms 119? Praise be all his saints. 19. Let's see. 119, 142, I think. Let's see. What is it? Give me that. Go to. Give me that. Revelation 2:26. So destruction is coming, but how is that destruction gonna come? This is how some of it's gonna be done.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, him I will give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He that hath an ear, let him hear.
My bad. So he that has an ear, read that. Let's finish it. He that has an ear,
let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches.
So these are the churches. So since we want to be deep, let's deal with the church, the Christian church. Oh, the churches. Oh, we got one right here. We got several going to be out tomorrow. Guess what? Let us hear what he got to say to the churches. John 14:15. Let's find that out.
Psalms 148 verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near to him. Praise ye Yahweh.
So he says the Israelites are the saints. The Bible has made it clear who the saints are. It ain't everybody on the planet Earth. It ain't the white man, the Chinese man, the Japanese man. No, it's talking about the Israelites. Now, not only that, but he's commanded us to do something. Because many of us say, I love God. God is in my heart. So forth, so on. But let's find out.
It's the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, and he may abide with you forever.
So he'll give you another comforter that will abide with you forever. But we don't want that comforter. We want every other comforter but the one that's coming from the Father. We want to be comforted through Don Julio. We want that coochie comfort. We want that penis comfort. They want the dildo comfort. They want every other comfort but the right comfort. Instead of following what the Father said do. Let's read this.
Mark chapter 7 verse 6. He answered and said unto them, Where have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? As it is written, This people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. How about in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men, for laying aside the commandment of God? Ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do.
So that means we will rather hold the church traditions, pastor's anniversary, church anniversary. We'll rather do all of these other traditions of the church other than follow the traditions of our heritage, of our culture. Brother, you got 5 minutes to ride with us? You got 5 minutes to come out when you come out the store to ride with us? Alright, if you do, just come holler at us. We talking about the Bible. So not only that, but he says what? Let's read this. So read that what you got. You still got to pull it up. Read it one more time.
Mark chapter 7 verse 6. He answered and said unto them, Where have Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites? As it is written, This people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. How about in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men, or lay aside the commandments of God? Ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such things ye do.
So they wanted them to do all of these things. Wash your hands before you eat, this and the thing. And guess what? We don't want to know anybody over our food. But they were trying to make this as if you didn't do this, you would go to hell. Or if you didn't do this, you was considered unclean. You had to be cast out, this and the third. But that wasn't the reality. Because if you don't wash your hands, you just nasty. That is just as simple. So let's read this. Matthew 15 verse 3.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of Yahweh by your tradition?
So why do you transgress the commandment by your tradition? Because this is what the Most High says, verse 4.
For Yahweh commanded, saying, Honor thy father and mother, and he that curses father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, Whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, It is a gift, but whatsoever thou madest, be profited by me.
So at that point, you feel like you can do whatever your brother or sister want to do. What's up, brother? How you? Good. All right, I'm going to let you, go ahead, Captain.
Well, all right.
We out here showing our people that we ought to talk to people God. You know what we always talk about. So, can we show you,
let me see, 4 verses to show you that you are the child of God.
4 verses.
Let me get Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. So would you say black people are cursed the way we living right now today? You want to say we cursed the way we gun down each other? Single parent homes, right? That's cursed, right? Let's see why we curse.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command ye this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses talking to the 12 tribes of Israel on this side right here, which is the black, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. He telling them that, hey, if y'all don't keep these commandments that God told me to give y'all, y'all gonna be cursed as a people. So let's hear a couple of curses. Verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Now, no matter what we've been, what people cursed in the cities? They filling up the project. I thought we go to Chicago, we go to LA. Ain't it black, Mexican, and Indian people? We cursed in the city, right?
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
What we cursed in the sugarcane field, the cotton field, even the work field today? 35 last hard. Verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Oh, okay. I used to get a white man last name. Because we were giving it to another people. You feel me? Verse 54.
Verse 54. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
But Moses said, you see how we loving each other right now? But if we don't keep God's commandments, we're going to have an evil eye towards each other. But think about it. The white man don't have an evil eye towards the white man. Or the Arab man don't have one towards the Arab. It's only black, Mexicans, and Indians gang banging on each other, right?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
We don't only want to make music about the F-out baby mamas and all that, right?
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So that's why a lot of us don't have father figures in the home. Because it was a curse that we would leave our children, have a wicked eye towards our women and our brothers. Now the last curse of the Bible, verse 68. So shows how we got to where we at now.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So what was the Israelites doing in Egypt? They was in slavery, right? But God said, y'all, I know the Egypt I was telling you about, but now I'm going to take y'all in ships, because y'all broke my commandments. So slavery again in ships, right?
The way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
All right, so hold that right there. He said you will be sold into your enemies. So we were sold to who? The white man, right? But God said we're sold to who?
Your enemies.
Our enemies. Because only your enemies are catch a baby out your stomach, catch alligator with your baby, right? Hang you on the tree, barbecue you in front of the church on Sunday, right? And they gun us down today. So the goal was cursing to identify who God's chosen people are, all right? So the whole message that's out here is to identify, to show that we're the people of God, and what must we do to get out of it. So last one, Deuteronomy 10 and 12. This will be the answer, because now somebody learning that, hey, dang, I am a chosen person of God. Now what God wants from me, right?
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, and to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So that's what God wants from us now. Now we know that we back. We ain't the lost sheep no more. We been found. Oh, you looking at Ruben? But that's a powerful name, brother. But you come from the tribe of Judah. You are a Jew. But it's amazing that your name that, though, brother. It is, brother. So that's all God wants from us is to keep the commandments, bro. So as you go on the way, we just gonna keep going. So let's get one commandment. Let me get Leviticus. 11:7.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the whole, and be covered with footage.
Hey, come on, bro.
Yeah, he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Got 5 minutes, brother. Go on. So the swine, a lot of them love pepperoni, the pork chops, but we not knowing the hey. Hey, what's up, young brother?
Come on, man. Bring you and your brothers out.
Give us 5 minutes, brother. 5 minutes.
Come on, bro.
Come.
What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Have you ever heard of what would be your nationality according to God? Like, what did God call you? You ever wondered that? So, what would the world call you, bro? Like, when you fill out an application, what would they call you? A black man. Now, have you ever thought about? Hold up, man, that's a crayon color. Why don't the Chinese man say he a yellow man? Why the white man say, hey, I'm a red man? He say they all have lands and languages that they speak, right, brother? So we out here showing that the so-called African Americans, they are the Jews of the Bible. They are the true Jews. So your question should be, hold up, that's a wise statement, because there's some Jewish people over there saying they the Jews. So now your question should be, how could y'all prove that we the Jews? Right? So you familiar with Moses?
Yes.
Okay, you know God sent him to Egypt to tell Pharaoh to let my people go, right? So let me get Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 7 verse 6. Because we've been taught in church that God loves everybody equally, brother, right? But in this world, we're not treated equally, right? So we need to see why. And the world knows this, but we don't know this, brother.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art the holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So Moses telling the 12 tribes that God chose y'all to be special above everybody on the face of the earth. So think about that's why we dominate in basketball, Tiger Woods in golf, the sisters in tennis, right? Everything we do, we dominate it. We're the best at it. But we're not living like that, is we? They're not treating us like that, right? So let me get Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So now Moses telling them again that if y'all keep these commandments that I'm finna give y'all, the Most High gonna set us above all nations of the earth. We gonna be rulers. But we not rulers, right? 28, verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28, 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So would you say we cursed as a people? The way we're living, right? So can you give me like 3 curses that we going through as a people that you can name? I know it's a lot, brother, but okay. Alright. So verse 16.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shall we be in the city. Now who cursed in every city you have been to? Bro, I know you have been a lot of places, but what nations of people are cursed in every city you have been to? That's right. We filling up the projects, we gang banging on each other, right? Killing each other, single parent home. But keep it going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed in the sugarcane field, the cotton field, even the work field today. First 5, last hard. Like you might be working, and somehow all the electricians and the mining men, they white. They're in the break room all day, but we walk around sweat, making it less. You feel me, brother? Verse 32.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Now who children was given it to another people? That's how you got a white man last name, brother. Me too, brother. You see what I'm saying? Alright. Give me verse 45.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So Moses telling the children of Israel, these curses that we read about right here today, that's been in this book the whole time, they gonna be on God people for a sign and for a wonder, and on their children forever. So why we need a sign, brother? We need a sign to know that we're at a gas station, right? Or a sign to know we're at a bank, right? So God said, you're going to know my people by the signs of these curses that we're reading about. See what I'm saying? Alright, give me verse 54.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Now, who having evil eyes toward their own brother? That's right, brother. You don't each other, right?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Man, it's that crazy beat, right?
And
Hold up, you had your father in your life?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know a lot of people who did?
Yes.
and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So this book been written thousands of years ago. So it's telling you that whoever my people is, they people gonna have an evil eye towards each other, and toward their wife, and toward their children, which they was gonna end up leaving.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? For all the other nations, from the white man, the Chinese, the Arab, the East Indian, all them raise their kids. They stick together as a community. Exactly. The Mexicans, the Indians, and the blacks. Alright. Now a few more. We're gonna end it right here. Now let me get verse 60. So that in. Okay, verse 48.
We start at 47.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So Moses said, hey, God brought y'all out of slavery. He gave y'all commandments, but y'all not happy to keep them. Y'all not happy not to kill each other, not to sleep with each other's wife, not to be homosexuals. Therefore, y'all gonna serve y'all enemies. So that's what Moses telling them.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
Who said the white man?
The Lord shall sin against thee.
Who said the Arab man?
The Lord shall sin against thee.
That's right.
In hunger.
So God said, I'm gonna send your enemies against you in hunger. So when you hungry, brother, who you get your food from? What else?
And in thirst.
What about some to drink?
And in nakedness.
What about your drug?
What? That's
And
right.
in want of all things.
What about a school education, a job, a new house, a new car?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So we in church, we hear, oh, the devil. But God said, this man shall do what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Who had yokes of iron on their neck?
That's right.
And who did it? That's why we so destroyed. We walk around calling ourselves crayon colors in two countries. Like, how am I black, African, or American? That's two continents and a crayon color. Feel me, brother? So he said, until, which means this yoke ain't gonna be on your neck forever. He gonna take it off once he destroys it. And so think about it. Now we walk around, we celebrate Christmas with no problem. But in Christmas, back then in slavery, you was the present they would give it to the neighbor. You was the ornament hanging from the tree. See what I'm saying, brother?
Wow. Revelation 11.
Alright, so let me get the last one. How did we get to America, brother?
Both.
Okay.
Slavery.
Let me get verse 68.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now remember, if you was in slavery in Egypt the first time, right? And I'd have brought you out and say, hey, I want you to do this, but if you don't do it, you're going back to Egypt. What you say, man, I'm going back to slavery, right? But you also can say, man, we're not in Egypt. But what's on the back of your dollar?
What's on the back of my what?
Your dollar. It's a pyramid and an eagle. So what does America got to do with a pyramid? You understand me? Alright, from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Slavery again with ships.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
That's why we can't say where we from or from Africa. And you say, what part of Africa? They can't tell you.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Nah, the white man.
Your enemies.
Chinese man.
Your enemies. For bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you.
So God said you will be sold into your enemies. For slave men and slave women, and no man shall buy you. And the word buy in Hebrew means redeem. So what happened to everybody trying to redeem the black people? They get killed. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, right? And eventually that wasn't going to happen to us. But we here to fight for our people and for the Lord. See what I'm saying, brother? So the question should be, oh look, the Jewish people, they didn't fit none of these curses that we bring in. They own the record company. They own it all, right? So let me get Revelations.
Man, boy, y'all young men, I like this. This is what we need. I wish the young men see y'all and see where it's at for young men like y'all, man. Because this right here, this stuff right here, and what y'all doing, it's encouraging for the young black man. This is encouraging for him. Because he's seen, it's a lot of them walk around him, bro. They just looking. Don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Lost sheep, bro. Lost sheep. I'm 55, bro. And it took me, wow, I'm still fighting with it. Because my thing is, if we came from slavery and we were shipped over there, what did we study? What was our Bible?
That's what we give an answer to, bro. With the Bible. And with historical pictures, with artifacts. You know what I'm saying, brother?
That's been my whole thing. Come on.
Hey, Revelation 2 verse 9.
Right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
So the man they call Jesus, who we call Yahweh Shai, he said, I know your tribulation, I know your poverty that you stand in, but y'all rich. The reason we rich because the promises were given to us from God.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews,
So he said, I know the wicked lie of the people who say they Jews,
and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Fear not of all things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
now it said the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Now if the devil is spirit like the church teach, how can he cast us in prison? Don't the white man cast us into prison? So devil only means deceiver, brother. So